Hello everyone, I am Ms. Megha Karwal, Department of Civil Engineering from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology, Binder. Today we are going to learn tunneling in a hard rock. In hard rock, tunneling is comparatively easy and more safe. In this case, less timbering is required. Following are the methods of tunneling in a hard rock. First method is full face heading method. Second method is heading and benching method, and third method is drift method. So first method is full face heading method. As in this method, whole section of the tunnel is attacked at the same time. In this method is adopted for tunnel length is more than 3 meter and 6 meter diameter. In this method, vertical columns are fixed at the face of the tunnel and drilling is done on the whole section of the tunnel, and the drill holes are charged with the explosion at the same time. The size of the holes may vary from 10 to 40 centimeter. Then the mug is removed before the next operation of drilling holes. Next method is heading and benching method. In this method, the driving of the tunnel is done in two portions of its section likewise. Then top portion is known as a heading and bottom portion is known as a bench. The holes are drilled into the head and benches. Then these holes are loaded together and explosive and blasting. So this is a heading and this is a bench. Firing of bench holes is done just before the heading holes are fired. After this mucking is done. This method is suitable when very large section of the proposed tunnel is to be derived. Next method is drift method. In this method consists of driving a small heading centrally at top or bottom of the face, which is enlarged by widening and benching. In this method, a drift of 2 meter into 3 meter size or sufficient to accommodate the tunneling machineries. Labor and mucking equipment is first driven end to end of the tunnel. Then center line is checked, and then the winding operation is commenced by blasting the side of drift to required section. So it is recommended for ground condition which are difficult to solve. The main operation involved in these methods are as follow. First is boring or blasting or top center heading of drift, then widening and enlarging, and third is benching in a stage. This sequence is numbered and illustrated in a shown in a figure. Next is a precaution in a construction of tunnel. All electric lights and power lines should be properly installed and all connections should be well insulated. Extra light should be provided where essential materials are stored. All the tools and equipment should be kept in the best working condition. After the blasting inside the tunnel, the inside poisonous gases should be removed before allowing the workers to enter the tunnels. So this precaution should be taken while construction of tunnel. Next is tunnel lining. A layer of timber, iron, machinery or concrete provided on the inside of the tunnel is called as a tunnel lining. Lining of tunnels is provided to give final shape to the tunnel cross section and to give strength to the sides and roof to prevent from the collapse. During construction, a temporary or primary lining is provided for supporting the roof and wall of tunnels. Then temporary lining is then replaced by permanent lining. Purpose of lining: it provides the correct desired shape and cross section to the tunnels. It reduces the maintenance cost of the tunnels. It increases the structural strength of the soft place in the tunnels. It withstands soil pressure when driven in soft rocks. Now, the types of lining. Timber lining. Because of the cheapness and ready availability of timber lining is very often used in the earlier stages of tunneling as a temporary lining or support in other types of lining. Stone masonry lining. In the very early stages of construction of tunnel, when the use of bricks had not been introduced, stone and timber were the only materials available. Amongst these two naturally available materials, stone masonry was adapted because of the strength and durability. Next is brick lining. Many old tunnels constructed when the concrete technology had not been evolved have used brick lining. In the modern tunnels, however, it is not popular because it requires heavy and large centering. Next is iron lining. This type of a lining is particularly useful for the lining of shield driven tunnels, particularly in the subsquace region. For protection, appearance, and easy maintenance, and interior lining of concrete is normally provided with the primary lining of cast iron. Cast steel lining, where additional strength is required to meet special condition in tunnel, cast steel lining is used. Next is pressed steel plate lining. This type of lining is used for soft rocks for which complete support is required. The steel plates are used for this lining. Next is concrete lining. Nowadays, this method of lining becomes most popular because of less leakage and better finishing. It is also cheapest method of lining and used for tunnels of water supply, water power, sewage, railroad, etc. Next is precast block lining or precast pipe lining. For the quick lining, precast block or precast pipe are used for lining of tunnels. This method is suitable for all types of tunneling. Next is RCC or reinforced concrete lining. The use of RCC section in lining work has resulted in the introduction of comparatively very thin lining. So nowadays lining of tunnels is usually done with the reinforced cement concrete. Next is drilling equipment. Prior to excavation work, it is necessary to loose the rock so that excavating equipments may be handled easily. The loosing work is done by drilling holes, filling them with explosive and discharging them. For drilling the holes, various types of drilling equipments may be used. The equipments required for drilling holes of required size and length is a suitable pattern in the tunnel's heading is known as drilling equipments. So here the drilling equipments can be divided into the following two categories. First is drill and second is drilling carrying equipments. The mechanical drills. The mechanical device used for drilling holes in the tunnels are known as drills. The drills are usually made with the high carbon steel. The following different types of drills are commonly used. First is jackhammer. These are the lightweight, hard held, air operated percussion type drills. These are primarily used for drilling down holes. For this reason, they are frequently called as sinker. They are classified according to their weight as a 20 kg or 25 kg jackhammer. The compressed air is passed through the hammer, which causes the piston to reciprocate at a speed of up to 2200 blows per minute, which produce the hammer effect. The energy of this piston is transmitted to the bit through the drill steel. Some of the air is passed through the hole in the drill steel and the bit to remove the cuttings from the hole and to cool the bit. Jackhammer are used usually for drilling holes of size 4 to 4.5 cm in a and 3 meter depth. So the maximum diameter of this hole which can be drilled by a jackhammer. Next is a drifter. In operation, drifters may be similar similar to jackhammer, but they are largely larger and are used to mounted tools for drilling down horizontally and up holes. Their weight is vary from 34 to 118 kg. They are capable of drilling holes up to 11.25 cm in a dia. They are extensively used for mining and tunneling. Wagon drills. These are heavy drifters mounted on the mast, which are mounted on the wheels to provide probability to movability to the machines. They are used to drill holes up to 11.25 cm in a dia and 10 meter or more in a depth. Wagon drills give the better performance than jackhammers. Churn drills. A churn drills may be used to drill holes varying from 50 to 30 centimeter in a dia in a rock having the degree of hardness. It consists of a steel bead attached to a heavy steel drill stem which is lifted by a wire rope and dropped repeatedly in the hole being drilled. The bead of these drills are very heavy, of the order of 2 to 70 kg. The hole is filled with the water up to the desired depth and the bead is lifted few meters and dropped. This process is repeated till the heavy slurry is formed the cutting. After this, the bead is taken out from the hole and slurry is removed with the help of the roller. The spacing of these holes may be 10 meters or more than depth several 100 meters. Next method is drill carrying equipments. The equipments used for the carrying the drills while drilling holes in the tunnel's heading is known as a drill carrying equipments. So following are drilling equipments are used for carrying the drills. First is supporting mounting drills. For small tunnels, drifts and drills used are usually mounted on the bars or columns. So bars or columns are made of steel pipes and equipped at one end or both with the screw jacks. Bars are usually tunnels whose width are less than their height and are placed horizontally, while columns are installed vertically in the tunnel whose height is less than its width. Next is drill carriage. These are the portable carriage used for carrying drills mounted on its cradle. They are provided with the wheeled base and struts to hold the position as shown in the figure. They are used for drilling small and medium sized tunnel. Next is drill jumbo. It is movable steel frame type drill carriage. It is fully equipped or drilling the heading of tunnel. It consists of the number of platforms known as decks to support drills as shown in the figure. So a drill jumbo is commonly used for drilling large size of tunnel. Types of explosive used in a tunnel. The blasting is the most important operation of the tunneling. For the construction of tunnels, blasting is done to loosen the rocks for easy removal during excavation work. Holes are drilled in the rocks which are required to be blasted. Explosives are placed in this hole drilled for this purpose and then they are exploded for blasting purposes. All the explosives are classified in the following groups: powder explosive, liquid air explosive and disruptive explosive. First is powder explosive. Following type of powder explosive are mainly used in a blasting powder, nitrogen and nitrate explosive. Next is liquid air explosive. Liquid air containing 95% O2 at a temperature of 191 degrees Celsius is observed by dipping a cartridge of absorbent. Next is a disruptive explosive. Following type of disruptive explosive are available: is straight dynamite, ammonia dynamite, galanite, geltine dynamite, semi-geltine, blasting geltine, spatial high explosive. So these are the types of explosive are used in a tunneling. Next is ventilation of tunnels. Ventilation is required because of dust and gas caused by the drilling, blasting, loading of excavated material and short-circuiting. Exhaust gas and smoke discharge by diesel, poisonous gas made from explosive for organic solvent, poison gas, flammable gas or oxygen shortage gas in a ground, high temperature and high humidity. Objects of tunneling. Tunnel ventilation is necessity to supply fresh air inside the tunnel, to remove safely the dust caused by drilling, blasting and mucking, to remove poisonous gases, smokes, etc., to reduce the temperature in a tunnel situated at a great depth. Methods of tunnel ventilation of tunnel. Natural method and mechanical method. So first is natural method. This type of a ventilation is possible automatically due to the difference of temperature inside the outside of a tunnel. This method is effective only when the tunnel is along the wind direction. Natural ventilation is improved by providing shaft at a suitable interval. This method is suitable when the diameter of tunnel is large but its length is small, when tunnel is to be led in the direction of wind, and third is where the drift is driven from the portal to portal. Next method is mechanical method. Mechanical ventilation is provided by one or more electric fans or blowers. These fans blow the fresh air in the tunnel and remove the dust from the tunnel. There are the three system mechanical ventilation: blowing process, existing process, and a combination of blowing and existing. So first, blowing process. In this method, the mechanical ventilation, fresh air is forced by one or two blowers through the ducts provided in the tunnel. So this system has the advantages of supplying fresh air, but disadvantages lies in that the foul air, smoke and dust slowly move out and fogging the atmosphere inside the tunnel. Next method is existing process. In this method of the mechanical ventilation, air is sucked by one or two exhaust fans installed near the tunnel heading. This creates vacuum due to which the fresh air enters inside the tunnel. This method has special advantages: quick removal of dust and smoke from the working faces. Next method is combination of blowing and existing process. In this method, blowers and exhaust fans are provided for forcing fresh air in the tunnels and sucking foul air from the tunnels respectively. Many recent systems have tried to combine both blowing and existing, utilize the advantages in either system. Next is drainage of tunnel. The art of collection and removal of water entering the tunnels during and after their construction. If proper arrangement of drainage during the construction are not adopted, then seepage water affects the tunnels. After the construction of tunnel is over, its drainage is also essential to reduce wear and tear of the communication route and achieve more safety to the moving vehicles. So it is necessary to provide drainage in a tunnels. Classification of drainage system: temporary drainage system, permanent drainage system. First is temporary. So the drainage system is provided during the construction of a tunnel is known as a temporary drainage system. It can be provided by one of the following system. One open ditch drainage system. In this system, water is collected and removed in the open ditches led with the proper slope along the length of the tunnel. Second method is pumping system. In pumping system, pumps are installed with the sump or collection and pumping the water out from the tunnel. Next is permanent drainage system. The drainage system provided after the construction of tunnel is known as a permanent drainage system by providing central drain. In this method, the central drain are provided between the two railway track or road pavements. The capacity of central drain should be sufficient to handle the maximum flow of water accepted in the tunnel. The main holes for inspection should be provided at the distance 30 meter to 50 meter. This method is suitable when the huge quantity of water does not come through the roof and the side walls of the tunnels. Second method is by providing iron shade along with the side drain. This method, a continuous iron shade is provided along the side drain. The iron shade is so shaped that it facilitates the shedding of water and water leakage from through side of the tunnel without dropping. Third method is by providing the side drains. This method is suitable where there is small quantity of water entering the tunnel. In these cases, a single side drain is of sufficient capacity is provided, the cost of construction becomes very less. Last part is tunnel maintenance. Tunnel maintenance must be considered from the aspect of security and safety. It is also required to carry out the fearless movement of traffic, and defined interval inspection and maintenance of tunnel have to be carried out. So types of tunnel maintenance. First is simple inspection. In every year, this inspection should be done for proper maintenance of tunnel. In this inspection, walk through for a getting notice of visible irregularities. These irregularities are noted and maintenance work is carried out. Next maintenance is medium inspection. This inspection is carried out in every 3 years. In this, a detailed visible inspection is done and detailed reports of damages, irregularities are prepared. Third is main inspection. It is done in every 3 to 5 years. In this close examination carried out in this, all important things like a load capacity, signpost, construction element, water seals are inspected carefully. A full report is prepared for maintenance of tunnel. Fourth type of tunnel maintenance is special inspection, and it is very important. It is carried out after special incident like accidents, fire, earthquakes, landslides, etc. So it is also carried out in a monsoon period as a prevention measure. Okay. Thank you.